Hey guys, really quick before I get into the video, there is a plan right now to try and get the Owl House trending when Enchanting Gromfright airs on August 8th. I'll have a more in-depth video next week, but for now, just know that we are trying to get the term The Owl House in all caps and no hashtag, and hashtag Grom trending. And this will start at noon Pacific Standard Time on August 8th. Again, I'll give you guys a more in-depth rundown next week, so keep your eyes out for that, but now let's get into the video. So we got a new promo last week showing off a bit of what is to come for Big City Green's Amphibia and the Owl House for the month of August, as well as 2 promotional images for the Owl House. And thank you to Amity O'Cramity for being the first to send me this on Twitter. Be sure to go check her out on Twitter and on YouTube, she makes hilarious memes and content. But in this promo, we got a few quick looks as to what is to come in Understanding Willow. I've already done 2 videos now on my initial thoughts for this episode, one going over the memory tweezers and the other going over the official synopsis and talking about the guest appearance of Mrs. Blight. So check those videos out if you haven't already. But before I get into Understanding Willow, let's talk about Really Small Problems since it is airing first. The promotional image here is in the same moment that we saw in an older promo a while back, so not much to talk about here. But from the promo that recently aired, I feel that this screenshot of Hootie is from Really Small Problems. We see this fly here, and we know that Willow and Gus ride a fly when they are shrunk down, so I'm guessing that these are from the same episode. But now let's move on to Understanding Willow. Now our promotional image is of Luce and Willow in a classroom that we actually first saw in Welcome to Hexside. We also see Luce is using the memory tweezers, a magical tool used in the photographic arts. Extracts images of memories which allows them to be preserved forever, or if they are damaged at all, to start a chain reaction that destroys your mind. Now we saw in the sneak peek promo that Gus is holding a torn photograph. My assumption is that this is a damaged memory, possibly one related to Willow and Amity's past friendship. Thus, this is destroying Willow's mind, so it's up to Amity and Luce to fix it. Now, when looking at the promo, there are 3 shots that look like they are from Understanding Willow. The first being of Willow pouring a pitcher of water over herself in the cafeteria. Now, at first I thought this may be because she's losing her mind and at this point she can't even perform basic actions. And that could very well be, but something that caught my eye is that if you look in the background, we see either smoke or steam rising up from behind her. Now we've known since the very first promo for Season 1B that we would encounter a fire creature of some sort, and we finally see it again here. And this location looks very similar from this moment here with Luce and Amity. So I think it's pretty safe to say that both of these images happen in the same episode. Now that we know that this fire monster is an Understanding Willow, looking back at the image of Willow, is it possible that this fire monster is causing this smoke to rise from behind her? It's kind of hard to say for sure, but it's an interesting thought that I had. Now looking back at this image, we see that this fire creature leaps through a photo that contains a forest or an orchard. The tree is looking very similar to the tree that this monster comes from. At least before it blasts through and destroys the tree and literally makes everything in the background go from color to black and white. You can also see that there is a burning paper effect after the creature blasts out from the photo, so this definitely seems to be some sort of mindscape of memories that take the form of photos, and this is probably Willow's. Now originally, when the synopsis for Understanding Willow first came out, albeit not officially through Disney, Memory Lane was actually capitalized, leading me to believe that Memory Lane was an actual place or thing. However, in the official synopsis, Memory Lane is not capitalized, so this seems less likely at this point. But with this fire creature, I feel like it could be a few things. 1. The color of this thing is pretty close to the color of Amity's recently learned fireball spell. Perhaps some of her magic gets a bit out of control. 2. The fire creature is a manifestation of either Willow's or Amity's negative emotions. Or 3. This creature is actually related to the memory tweezers and is the thing that ends up destroying memories and thus the individual's mind. In any case, I am so curious to see how this thing actually ends up playing a part in the episode. It also looks as if Luce is about to cast a spell here since she's focusing on something on the ground. We also know that she learns a fire spell between Really Small Problems and Wing It Like Witches when she ignites the ball. Since we are dealing with a fire creature here, I'm wondering if this is how Luce learns her fire spell. Now this has a bit less to go off of, but in the sneak peek promo, we see Luce holding up a set of glyphs that are glowing green. green being a color typically associated with plant magic. And since there are a bunch of trees in this episode, perhaps Luce picks up a plant spell here. The next shot we get is of Amity and Luce getting beamed down. We see that Luce is holding some sort of bell. Now, she wasn't holding this in the previous shot, but it's possible Amity may have been holding it, or it was simply on the ground out of frame. Now, a bell like this is usually used to get the attention of someone or something. So I'm wondering if while Amity and Luce are in Willow's mind, ringing this bell is what will get them out. In the sneak peek promo, we saw that Gus is standing in front of an unconscious Willow, and a bright light appears. So this may be Luce and Amity returning back to the real world via the bell. As to why Luce and Amity are getting beamed down into this dark room, I feel like they're going to be jumping between memories, and this is one of the ways they get transported. Now, technically, the last shot we have from Understanding Willow is this one here of Gus and his clone, but we actually already saw this in the sneak peek promo, so not too much to talk about. It seems like Understanding Willow will be similar to how Convention handled its A-plot and B-plot, where both are intertwined with each other. The A-plot being Luce and Amity going into Willow's mind, and then the B-plot being the likely shenanigans Ida, Gus, and King get involved in while they are watching over Willow in the real world. But with that is everything we got from the newest promo. I have been so excited for the episode where we get to learn more about Amity and Willow's past, and even from these few shots, it does not look like it's going to disappoint. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you have a fantastic day, and until next time guys, take care.